Jelly Roll's rise to fame is a story that doesn't fit the usual narrative. He wasn't the young up-and-coming singer who won a TV singing competition or one who moved to Nashville at 18 to become a star. Jelly Roll was in and out of jail many times by the time he was 18 until 2008. He vowed to change his behavior after finding out he was going to a father. He actually stuck to his promise to himself. Instead of continuing a life of crime, he threw his attention to music. He initially began his career as a rapper, but moved into the country genre in 2023 with his album Whitsit Chapel. The album debuted at number 2 on the Billboard Country Albums chart. The first single off the album, Son of a Sinner, shot to the top of the charts, cementing Jelly Roll's rise to fame. It's hard to believe it's only been 2 years since he became a best-selling country artist. But he never forgets where he came from. Jelly Roll took to social media to reveal the heartbreaking story behind the huge plot of land he bought in Tennessee once he hit it big. After spending too much of his life in prison, family means everything to Jelly Roll. In addition to his daughter, who helped him get on the right path, he has another son. Both children are from previous relationships. Jelly Roll, real name, Jason Deford, married Alyssa Deford, who goes by Bunny XO, in 2016. They've been open about the desire to have children of their own through IVF. She recently gave an encouraging update on how the fertility treatments are going. In addition to expanding their family, the couple expanded their home. They have a home in Tennessee but bought a 500-acre farm in 2024. He credited his wife with holding down the fort while he was on tour. She added several animals to the farm. Jelly Roll was extremely busy on tour when they bought the farm. Due to his busy schedule, he wasn't able to visit the farm after the purchase was complete. In an emotional video posted to social media, he shared the first time he stepped foot on the property. He had to stop the video several times when he was overcome with emotions. He didn't want to cry on camera, though his fans in the comments encouraged him to let it out. Jelly Roll shared that he'd wanted to own a farm since he was a young boy. His uncle had a farm where the entire family gathered and made lasting memories. The Need a Favor singer shared that his dad was very close to his uncle. While his uncle had a huge farm, Jelly Roll's family lived in a small house in Antioch, Tennessee. He revealed that some of his best childhood memories were learning to shoot a gun and riding ATVs on the farm. Jelly Roll recounted how one time he asked his dad why they don't have a farm. His father shared that not having a farm was one of his biggest regrets. He encouraged his son to buy a farm when he got older. He said, "They're never gonna make no more of it, and if you don't listen to no advice from me, buy dirt. Go get you some land." Jelly Roll's father sadly passed away in 2019. Jelly Roll took his father's advice to heart and bought the 500-acre farm. Generational curses were broke because of y'all. I'm standing on it. I am standing here breaking a generational curse right now, and I hope that inspires one of y'all to do the same thing, he told his fans in the video. The sun was setting behind the rolling hills of Tennessee, casting a golden hue over the sprawling 500-acre farm that had been in Jelly Roll's family for generations. The air was thick with the scent of hay and earth, a familiar comfort that had soothed many a restless soul. Yet tonight, beneath the tranquil veneer, a storm was brewing within Jelly Roll's heart. He stood at the porch of the old farmhouse, gazing out over the land that had seen his childhood, his dreams, and now, his heartbreak. Tears welled up in his eyes, blurring the vibrant landscape into a watercolor of memories. The weight of loss pressed heavily on his chest, and for the first time in a long while, he allowed himself to feel it fully. The roots of the heartache. Jelly Roll, born Jason Deford, was a man shaped by these very fields. Growing up amid the rustic beauty and hardships of farm life, he learned resilience, faith, and the importance of family. His music, raw and honest, was inspired by the stories he'd lived and the struggles he'd witnessed. But behind every lyric was a personal story, a story of love, loss, and the price of dreams. His farm had been a sanctuary, a place where he could escape the chaos of the world and reconnect with his roots. Yet, as the years went by, the land that nurtured him also became a symbol of everything he feared losing. The recent news had shattered him. The bank was foreclosing. The family farm, the inheritance of his ancestors, was slipping away. The debts had piled up, and despite his efforts to save it, the weight of financial hardship proved insurmountable. It was a heartbreak he hadn't anticipated, a pain that cut deeper than any lyric he'd penned. The confession to the crowd. Jelly Roll had been invited to perform at a charity event supporting struggling farmers. Initially, he hesitated, unsure if he could put on a brave face. But in the quiet moments before stepping onto the stage, he made a decision. If he was going to sing about honesty and vulnerability, he would do so openly. As he took the microphone, his voice trembled, but he pushed through the emotion. He began to sing a song he'd written, a heartfelt ballad about love, loss, and the resilience of the human spirit. The crowd listened intently, sensing the raw truth in his words. Midway through, Jelly Roll paused, eyes glistening with tears. He looked out at the audience, then down at his hands trembling on the mic stand. "I want to tell y'all about this farm," he started, voice thick with emotion. "It's more than just land. It's where I learned to love, to fight, to keep going when everything around me was falling apart. My family's roots run deep here, and losing it, it's like losing a part of my soul." The crowd was silent, hanging on to every word. Jelly Roll's voice cracked as he continued. "I've cried more nights than I can count, wondering if I'd ever see this land again. It's been my refuge, my sanctuary. And now, it's slipping away, just like so many things in life that we hold dear. But I'm learning that even in heartbreak, there's strength. Even in loss, there's hope." The personal reflection. Later that evening, after the crowd had dispersed and the stars blanketed the sky, Jelly Roll sat alone on the porch. He pulled out an old photograph, a black and white image of his family and the farm from decades past. His ancestors' faces stared back at him, proud and resilient. He thought about his father, who had worked these fields with calloused hands, and his mother, whose gentle voice still echoed in his memories. The farm was more than just soil and crops, it was a legacy, a testament to perseverance. He remembered the nights he spent dreaming of a different life, of fame and fortune, but also of coming home. His music had taken him far, but it had never erased the bond he felt to this land. Tears streamed down his face as he whispered, "I'm sorry, Mama, Papa. I tried to hold on. I really did, but I guess some things are just meant to be let go." The creative spirit amidst heartbreak. Despite the pain, Jelly Roll found solace in his music and his art. He poured his heartbreak into new songs, creating melodies that resonated with anyone who had ever loved something dearly and lost it. His lyrics became a testament to resilience, to the human spirit's capacity to endure even the darkest storms. He began collaborating with other artists, sharing his story in hopes of inspiring others facing their own battles. His vulnerability struck a chord, and soon, his music became a beacon of hope for many. The legacy continues. In the end, Jelly Roll realized that while the land might be slipping through his fingers, the memories and lessons it embodied would forever live within him. He understood that true legacy isn't just about land or possessions but about the stories told, the love shared, and the resilience built over generations. He stood once more on the porch, gazing at the horizon, a single tear trailing down his cheek. The pain was real, but so was the hope, a hope rooted in faith, family, and the unbreakable spirit of those who refuse to give up.